Hey y'all, it's Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom. If you've seen our last video on the Micro Machines, you have seen all sorts of different bases. And now I thought it would be a really fun thing to really experience and share the interesting amazingness of the military stuff from Micro Machines, the vehicles, the characters, all the little things that just make this such a amazing, awesome playset. And so one of the interesting things from the military stuff was the military troops, the combat troops, and you'll see several of these, and I'm not going to go through all of the troops that we have here, but just decent detail. You know, they're not trying to be epic or anything and paint all the little details on here by any means, but just, oh, he can't get him to be focused on. There we go. Really neat stuff there. And as you can see, quite a few, and they've obviously it's like their noses are starting to rub off because we played with them a lot and then they just sat in a bag. But fantastic builds there. You've also got the like Navy SEALs, and this is we think the bad guy version. That's what we always label them as, but we don't know. And these are kind of the lame versions of them. Oh, come on, you can do it. Focus. There. Very, very low detail there. But on the other side, the hero side, they were the all black Navy SEALs because they were labeled as such. And I'm going to try to find, oh, they're over here. All three of these that we have, two of them are duplicates. So in sets, you would sometimes get duplicate figurines, and you kind of want to just collect at least one of each one. There it goes. You know, neat stuff, neat concept. The guy's eyes are a little creepy right there, but really, really amazing, amazing things. And then you'd have things like this where you'd have a guy with a machine gun on a turret pod or some sort of pod. Very cool. Good detail. Sometimes you'd also get, and this was like a recurring one that I have several of, a pilot concept. So we're gonna move past the figures themselves because there's a lot there. Well, let's hit some of the highlights first off of, in the previous video, you did see this submarine. Very, very beautiful, and has the deployable missiles. But there was another submarine that also happens in the set, and not as much feature, but definitely looks more like a standard U.S. submarine concept. Very cool there. Move this back just a little bit. We also have two of the inflatable boats, bad guy, good guy, and obviously the flags have both been broken off from the top, so the machine guns are still there. Very neat, very neat. All right, we're going to clear this off completely because it's struggling to focus on it. So our last two boat concepts and or submersibles are these. We've got like a destroyer, I think, for the bad guys, and then for the, oh, it is a bad guy ship, I think. Yep, it is. Forgot about that. A battleship type. And you can even see the naval guns there as well. Neat detail. Lots of fun there. All right. Now, we get into the vehicles, and then we'll go to the aircraft themselves. The vehicles are very, very interesting. And they had runs of both World War II stuff and just kind of standard military, and also just, hey, what if we dream up, boom, something crazy and weird and random, and it makes for an amazing thing. Let's focus real quick on the World War II stuff. I just have a few things of it. We have a Tiger 1, and they even have a camo pattern on it. Very, very cool with moving turret. An amazing, amazing just thing that got me always excited about World War II stuff. A Panther. Looks really good, real solid. Beautiful stuff. Love to see it. And then it's funny because I don't remember where this came from, but this is like a half track from Germany from World War II. Very, very cool concept there. And moving little turret. Lots of fun. Then we go past a little bit. I think that's all the World War II stuff. Other than maybe you could count some version of that, right? But we've also got this little dune buggy with extra wheels up top, two people in it, and then the machine gun that was up here, you can tell, has got a turret broken off. Actually, there's three people in there, two driving, and then they're a little smaller than the Micro Machines figures. That's what's kind of funny, though, too. All right, so we continue through here, and we've got several different things. We've got just a simple little truck, and we have, for some reason, I ended up with two versions of it, the good guy and bad guy. And honestly, the bad guys have a better paint scheme. And this isn't even the really good one. It's the black and gray camo paint that looks real good. Movable machine guns, really neat stuff. 6 wheels, awesome stuff. And then, for some reason, this was a thing that got collected several times. These little like APCs with missile racks on them. And as you can tell, this one for the bad guys, its missile rack eventually broke off. But what's interesting is there's a different paint scheme going on the good guys' vehicles. So they didn't keep the same paint scheme. There's similarities you can see up at the front, but they don't even have the yellow on this one, right? And in the back, that paint scheme has changed pretty drastically at points. So they had some sort of scheme on the colors, but it was not adhered to fully. Very interesting. These are just a fun little APC to play with, and, you know, they shot missiles, so they were useful. This was one of my favorite little designs, because it's like, then you get into World of Tanks, and you see the Chrysler K, and you realize, oh, there are some things where, like, the engine's in the front and super, super long, but it's actually a wheeled type of tank rather than tracks. Very cool. A lot of fun, too. Just a simple little device. We have a little Humvee with machine gun. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're getting to some of the more futuristic and epic stuff. We just have an armored personnel carrier. There's no turret on here at all, nothing broken. Just an APC. Awesome stuff. Very old tank. Machine gun has broken a bit. Still works as far as that stuff moves, everything like that. What we do have also is duplicates of just a standard type of battle tank, which I love that we have both versions, but the bad guys one has extra details. That red on there, and their camo scheme is just way cooler. And yeah, just really cool stuff. Micro Machines, man, telling you what. And so then we've got a missile launcher. Wonderful. As you can tell, this is supposed to be attached to this, and it's broken off on this back side. So this front could hook in and whatnot. And we actually had to glue, you can see it down there in the middle, this back together because it just separated. I was like, you know what, it's just worth gluing. They're not valuable probably to really anybody except for myself at this point, because they've been through a lot. But man, what a wonderful concept. And it even had an extra spot here. It's like you could have added on to that if you'd had more things, like they expanded the line and added things that could connect to that. Really, really neat. This reminds me of very like modern battle tank stuff, even with like, is that Chobham armor stuff plated on? Very cool. Just a beautiful little tank. This doesn't really turn, and I don't know. I don't think that broke off. Maybe. Yeah, machine gun may have. So now we get to the more exotic things that aren't anywhere near reality at all. This is like missile launcher. Actually, really cool concept. Love it. Real simple. You know, if you got to the process of this could hit stuff that's over the horizon, over the next hill, more effective potentially than a tank. Very interesting. One of my favorite enemy vehicles, and we used to have the, I'll show you real quick. Right down here, we used to have that thing. We had this whole set. And I don't know what happened to that one up there. It broke and we decided to throw it away or something. I don't know. But it's really sad whenever we just decided to get rid of it rather than fix it. So apparently when we were kids, super glue wasn't a thing that we thought about. So these turrets themselves don't turn, but these little ones down here do. Really cool. Real simple. But I love that this moved up and down. It didn't like lock in place or anything. But really neat. Next one. I love this one just because of how bizarre it was. Nothing really moves up at the top at all, but it almost looks like something futuristic for this weapon up here. And I don't know what's going on over there, but just a really bizarre, silly thing. Like that's not a good design at all, because that's going to just trap things shot at it, but really cool. And then lastly, my favorite vehicle for the good side, because this thing was just bizarre. And I'm like, I love it. And I'm intrigued. What in the world is this? These little turrets move. This turret back here moves up and down as well. And then those don't. And as you can see, it's starting to rust. Oh, wait. Nope. These do have a little bit of play in them from that screw. That's kind of funny. So yeah, really, really pretty. Now, we come to the last little section of the video, Micro Machines Military. We've got the vehicles. As you can tell, we have rubbed this section of this poor helicopter off, and you can see on the bottom of those wheels too with play. It's seen its use, and it's done what it was supposed to, and I appreciate that. You've already seen, I believe it was the F-16. Let me know in the comments below if I'm incorrect there. This was one of that futuristic set. And as you can tell, the rotor blades have slowly been broken, but the concept here, really cool. That's a lot of missiles, just a silly amount of missiles. My personal favorites though, and we'll get into them here in a moment. We'll save the World War II stuff for last. Another really cool helicopter, very cool, very simple. Gonna dump them all out because I'm really excited to share this with you all. All right, World War II, World War II. Kind of World War II, but not really. Beautiful World War II. And World War II. Okay. We got some great stuff here. All right, and we're going to see some sad things. So this is a playset that was known as Classic Series X Flyers. These are not really like all military vehicles. The first one we have here was real simple. Got some actual missiles on it, and it's missing its landing gear, as you can tell. But again, this is more like test bed vehicle than anything. And what a wonderful thing. I cannot remember the name for this aircraft, but I remember seeing it in history books, and I can't remember what it was called. Really neat, though, to have it. Yep, just a standard bad guy aircraft. Landing gear still, but you can see the paint starting to rub off. Very nice. And another one of those same things, just different paint scheme. I just want to get those out of the way. Carrier, more than anything. What year is that from? Looks like it's 1990. I don't know. Let's see, camera. 6, maybe? I don't know. All right. Now we're getting down to the really cool aircraft. This one, really simple. But what makes it really cool, and you can tell the landing gear aren't quite in their sockets where they need to be. Kind of interesting. But what really makes this cool is this feature. They actually gave it movable wings. Really neat. Just looks really cool. Awesome stuff, right? And now we get to the stealth bomber. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Simple. The A-10 Warthog. Tank buster. Love it, right? And do those not move? No, its landing gear is just stuck in place, and that's not even a piece, just part of it. But really cool. It went actually in the head playset. Wonderful aircraft right here, just really simple, but that silver just stands out real nice. Good stuff. A Navy ship, if memory serves. Osprey? No, I don't remember. Really cool. The top here, that was very bizarre. This one actually opens backwards. Neat stuff there. All right. Lastly, the World War II stuff. You might have to remind me on some of what these are, because I want to say, is this a Mustang? All right. I don't know. Oh, there's a date. 1995, it looks like there. Cool. Love it. And the propeller does spin. That's the cool thing about the World War II stuff, because you get the propellers. And this is a Corsair, I believe. It's labeled as Marines. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, next. Love the design here. And each one of these does spin slightly. The landing gear does come out. The silver looks beautiful, and then a random little spot of green on the front. But then the Flying Fortress in all of its wonderful, wonderful glory. And it even has the turret down below. Looks like it may have been mispainted, though. That blue spot's supposed to be, I think, on the turret itself. And you can see it. There is a turret up top here. Beautiful. Yeah, this is the beauty of Micro Machines Military. Great stuff. Honestly, for its time, fantastic quality. it's seen better days, obviously, because we as kids played with this stuff. Let me know, what was your favorite part of World War II or modern military, or even just their futuristic concepts that Micro Machines had throughout the years? Let me know down in the comments below, what's your favorite part that you got to see? What's the thing that you still own? What's the piece that you'd love to have collected and never got a hold of? I've been Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom, and this has been my video series over Micro Machines, the most beautiful, epic toy, other than maybe Crash Dummies, of the 90s. Because in the 90s, they escalated to this stuff, and we got to see some of the most amazing things ever. I'm not going to lie. Ooh, Katyusha rocket launcher. You see that right there? I wish I had that one. Might have to get a hold of that. And there's World War I. Fantastic. It looks like a very odd colored Sherman. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Well, I'm Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom. Like, share, and subscribe. Take care, and I hope you've enjoyed our video series through Micro Machines.